My name is Nicholas Diorio. Before we get started today, I'm going to be clear and concise about what this video will prove. Today, you're going to see undeniable evidence that Mamamax is a complete and total fraud. He is a content creator who claims his platform exists to empower abuse survivors, and the reality is, Mamamax is a liar. His actions in the past and present paint a far more sinister picture. Right off the bat, this video does contain clips of the leaked recording between myself, Mamamax, and Mutahar of SomeOrdinaryGamers. If Max has an issue with how he is portrayed in this video, I consent to the full call being released. I am not afraid. In the event where Max tries to bully me with threats of getting my channel banned, this video removed, or anything else through use of YouTube contacts, which he has done to content creators who have exposed him recently, I will not hesitate to drop our full, uncut recording for the entire internet to see. I will not be silenced, and you will get everything that's coming to you.
Max is supposed to be the one bringing the story across to everyone. And yes, if in the case that everything is actually...
Why is it my job?
Yeah, why are you putting it all on me?
Like, because it's your case!
The one bringing it. Why are you...
Absolutely, I am the first one.
Good. Oh, bro, that... that was my weakest clip. Okay?
Yo, what's up, gamers? Alright, so I think that clip kind of speaks for itself, more or less. Oh boy, but let's go into the intricate details of this. Basically, it's over for Max. I know this has been said like a lot this week, and you know, people are wondering, is it really over, or can he make a comeback? No, I don't think he can make a comeback at all, just based on the fact that there is now a recorded call. Reputation is all but sullied. Okay, there's you know, rumblings apparently that Max has used ChatGPT to try to help with his pedo investigations, his cases and whatnot, because they think that's a good idea, right? To use ChatGPT for legal advice, right? For the all you need to be a professional pedo hunter in this day and age, ladies and gentlemen, is to have good old ChatGPT. So you can only imagine what other damning messed up shit is gonna come out of this, right? And it was really the whole thing kind of kicked off on January 12th, where Mutahar went ahead and said that, well, I'll just read it verbatim because why not? He says, I had a call with Max regarding his recent campaign known as God Cult that I'm not too fond of. Wanted to get to understanding the situation. After 2 hours of a call with him, though, I'm thoroughly disappointed on how he handled this investigation. Serious situation has been reduced to a joke, and I'm incredibly angry. I will say this. It has been the worst YouTube investigation I've seen on this platform, and it should never have been handled in this manner. I'll be working on a video regarding this. So now we got, apparently, 2 videos that I can see that are going to be made. One from Max's former friend, or because here's the thing, I'm assuming that the friendship isn't going to be budding after this, okay? There's really no logical sense for Mutahar to continue to be friends with this guy, let alone business associates with him. Like I said, Mamamax's reputation and his brand is all, it's just sullied, it's done. The worst part about it is this was mostly Max's doing, as a lot of people let his core values and him as himself roam around freely, being unchallenged until it was the most opportunistic time to strike, which I personally dislike. I see it as being not so much strategic, because you couldn't have possibly expected him to have a downfall like this. It's more of like being an opportunist. And it's even more apparent when people that have disregarded things that apparently are super evil are now just going back and being like, oh yeah, Max did that really evil thing. It's a bunch of fakeness and opportunisticness from every side and angle, and I just can't get behind it. Though I don't want to fixate too much on that because it is what it is. At the end of the day, it's better to just be and make people aware of the current day situation involving Max and how it's only going to get progressively worse. It's also a good idea to spread awareness so that nobody else gets brainwashed into thinking they're doing this for the greater good, when in reality they're just doing it to be a meat shield for a guy's ego. Word around the grapevine is that Max is probably going to make another reply to whatever's going on right now, involving the people criticizing him and at this point just basically exposing him. I don't understand what he plans to get out of this. It's only him digging himself a bigger hole, because I mean it really is over, right? This is titled appropriately Goodbye Mamamax, as in you're not going to be able to be the pedo hunter anymore. You're not like... As soon as Mutahar went on stream and said that you told him that ChatGPT gave you legal advice, I think it was pretty much over from there. Who's gonna take a pedo hunter seriously that goes and says, hey bestie, you know, I got legal advice from ChatGPT. It's all about having that good old ChatGPT. I still can't believe he said that. Even if he were to just say, well, ChatGPT gives you sound legal advice, you know, it doesn't really make much of a difference. The fact that, again, those words are coming out of your mouth, it already kind of just plows your credibility to the side. Top this off with the whole privating streams, copyright claiming content that archives his streams. Yeah, I don't know. I guess wishful thinking would be that he can make a bounce back. But doesn't seem very likely. So anyway, that's all I really have for this video. There's not much else I can say. It's a sad state of affairs. Who could have possibly seen this coming? But just to touch back on a subject that I said towards the middle of this video, just because Max is a dipshit, and just because Max has no credibility anymore, and just because people smell blood in the water right now, because Max has lost all his big connections now, and he holds no more pull in his favor, doesn't mean I'm going to start believing weirdos on the internet that give out sob stories, because two things can be true at once. For example, commentary is trying to make the plumber, this guy over here, this bum, look like a sympathetic victim, when in terms of being unprofessional, he's somehow worse than Max.
What? You look like a creepy pedophile. Maybe you touched a kid or two. That's what it is, wannabe piece of shit. You don't give a shit about kids. I actually have to. Is anybody fucking you to make one? I bet they can't.
Somebody that acts this way is not professional in the least and probably rolls in the mud. So any little bit of criticism or bad talk that you get coming to you is well deserved. Additionally, if you have a history of just turning on your own internet son over paranoia, you're probably not any better than Max yourself. And that's the sad state of affairs too. Max's ultimate downfall is gonna help a bunch of bad faith actors that got away and let them get away with this weird fucking narrative that they're somehow victim when they're anything but. I personally am not gonna be latching on to this weird narrative created by people, especially knowing the person that's trying to be victimized. Again, it's people like this that just, yeah, that doesn't really scream, I'm a victim, homie. But these are internet matters that ultimately end up happening. I think I personally dislike Max more so because he was able to give these fakes a level to stand on. And he really didn't need to be reduced to this level. Once again, he had the support of some of the biggest people on his side. And somehow he managed to fuck that up. Like, bottom fucking line is these big creators should have never believed Max in the first place. They should have been able to see that he was a loony bin because of the way he was over performative and took care of pedophile hunting. It was super over the top and performative from day one, and he would try to bait you. It's like, if you don't support my cause, you support pedophilia. It's such a shitty way of basically figuratively holding you at gunpoint and just forcing you to cave into his demands. Ultimately, he had the perfect grift going, and what it really was he was his inevitable only downfall. It wasn't really anybody that took down Max at the end of the day. It was Max that took down Max, and it was Max that screwed Max. If it wasn't for him doing some really bad planning, really bad decisions, and having an ego trip, he would still have Mutahar on his side. He would still have Nuxtaku on his side. He would still have all those big connects on his side, and they wouldn't have to jump ship. But unfortunately, there's only so much bullshit you can take. Max has now officially become a brand risk. Internet people being stupid internet people. What can I say? Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video and the next live stream. Have a good rest of your day.